Before we start this video, it's rare I do this, but if you get anything out of this video, please subscribe. That to me is a thank you. It would be truly appreciated. Let's get to the video. Welcome to Today I Work On. Today I'm going to go over how much the Superior Wall XI system cost me to install. I'm going to go over what Superior walls cost, the actual walls, and I'm also going to go over how much it cost me to prep the walls for Superior walls. And you have to remember something. If you're going to hire excavator, if you're going to do it yourself, the only thing Superior walls does is they bring the crane, they check level, they pin their corners, and then they start setting. All the prep is basically done by your excavator contractor or yourself. I did it myself and I didn't think it was that bad. I think it would cost me a lot more money if I hired someone out because of the scope of this build. It's a big build. So let's get into how much the actual Superior walls cost me. The total for the Superior walls, no tax, was $64,925. I will put in the description how much each piece of the Superior walls cost. But just a couple of quick numbers. I have 366 linear feet of 9 feet XI plus panel. That cost $37,000. Per linear foot, it's $103 a linear foot. Now let's go to the 4-foot panels that are the garage panels. Those were $71 a linear foot, and that cost $12,730. And then the rest of the cost was freight was $3,500. I didn't get any discounts on this. I think it was like a $2,000 discount if I look at the original spec. Also, when I contacted the rep, they never came out to the site. They gave me a price on my plans. So I sent the rep the plans, and then he gave me a number. I sent them a generic set of plans, and he was like, I can't work with this, which makes sense. So when I got my draftsman ready, he had a set up where all the pockets on the I-beams were gonna go. That was the most important part. So they could set the pockets so the I-beams could sit in the walls. It cost me a lot in stone. When I did this, I didn't think about how much stone it cost me, but if you watch my Superior wall videos, I went with a lot of number 2 stone because it was cheaper, and then I topped everything off with number 1 clean stone. They're very little stone. They got to be clean because this wall, it drains into the stone and then goes out to daylight. That's how it works. That cost me a lot of money. We're talking, I think it was $17,000 in stone. It was load after load after load, especially because I built the trench around. The excavator cost me $6,000. So it was a Cat 315, and I rented it for a month. That was plenty of time. I also rented a skid steer. So if you add it all up, the $65,000 plus the $16,000 or $17,000 plus another $10,000 give or take, we're talking, to get this set up, not including time, it cost me $90,000 for the foundation. Now it is a big foundation. Again, it's around 6,000 square feet total with the garages. The actual deck was 3,900, and then you have the 2 garages. So it's a big foundation. I think if I went with a poured wall, I didn't even get a price on it, but I'm sure it would have been way over $120,000 to $150,000. If I hired someone out, I'd be over $100,000. But that is the name of the game on Superior walls. Do I recommend Superior walls? I do. I had to spend more money on the sill plates. They do give you the hardware for the sill plate. So every 2 feet on center, you have to put a bolt. The bolts are provided, but the 2x10 pressure treated are not. And like I said in a previous video, the 2x10s lock in the foundation so it doesn't move, because remember, they're just panels. So like right in the middle of the seam where my garage is, it's seamed like this. So if you have pressure from dirt, it could bow in. And I will actually show you what happened. My buddy was using this dozer, which is a little dozer, on the small 4-foot wall, and he did push in the 4-foot wall a little bit. I checked the string line. My plates are actually fine. It's just, I'm so happy that happened beforehand, because if I didn't see that, I think I would have been a little bit more sloppier with the backfill on this superior walls, and I probably might have had a problem. But when I backfilled, you have to be very careful. I used the 289 skid steer, and I came in and I stayed as far away as possible, and then I did it slowly. So you got to take your time on it. I would not use a bulldozer. I would definitely get a skid steer. I think that's about it. If you have any questions about the superior walls, I think they're worth it because of a few reasons. But remember, you can't backfill until you lock in with decking up top, and you have to do cement and do your foundation floor, and because that locks in the superior walls. So it's a little bit different, but I really like the R21 insulation. I think that is the biggest game changer in my opinion. And also, like I've mentioned in a previous video, I'm just recapping superior walls. We're level from one side to the property all the way to the other side of the property because of good prep and the way the system's set up. Also, all my corners have been on the money. There's 28 corners on a superior wall system, and they're just like perfectly square. Like everything's perfectly square in this house, which I like. As a finish guy, I'm not a rough guy. I really like that. So that's about it. Like I said, I'll put all this in the description. Also, you know, I did video this and I did have a little tough time with them. This is not Northeast PA. They're not used to these bigger builds, and there was a lot of anxiety with both sides. And unfortunately, the rep never came out. So I recommend, if you think about going with a superior wall system, make sure the rep comes out and you guys go over the property a little bit. I think it's worth it for both sides, so we have like a good game plan when you're going to move ahead. Because most likely, if you're pricing out foundation, I mean, that means you're building a house. So it's not really a waste of time. And right now, with concrete being so expensive and it's continually going up, poured walls are really expensive, and they're getting more expensive. And I think Superior Walls has the market cornered with how they build their walls. They got a good system, and again, their profit margin is insane. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If this is a thank you, if you watch this video and you get a ton of information and you appreciate it, subscribe. That to me is the thank you. I don't want anything else but to subscribe would be awesome. And I will catch you next time.